So June Taylor really started when I was teaching, and there was a lot of anxiety involved for me in the job. It was a very difficult place for me to be, and really an outlet for me was a creative outlet. And I started with making blankets, and because I couldn't find one that I liked, I had gone back to teaching, and still June Taylor just kind of steadily grew. And so at that point in 2019, June Taylor was to the point of, are we gonna do this full time and see what happens, or I just need to let it go? It just felt like, I've got to try this. I can't just sit in comfort with a paycheck that comes, and I know it's gonna come on the 30th. That's comfortable, but we wanted to just try and see what we could do and step outside that box of, just waiting for the school year to end. And, is that a way to live life? Like counting down the days to my vacation? I just wanted to enjoy like every minute of it. And this is a lot of hard work, but it's fun. And we just want to kind of live in that space more than the comfortable one. I think that with teaching, if we can go back to that, you never know what's going to happen in a day, in an hour, in 10 minutes. The brick and mortar, the standalone shop, has been here for 2 years. I was 2 years June 3rd. And one of those years was COVID. So it's been a very strange journey through this. We survived, and we had to really pivot and change what we were doing. My husband, 2 years ago, left teaching also. And once we were shut down and the summer came and we didn't know what was happening, he went back this last year and taught again. And I ran the business by myself. We had to be open less hours because of everything that happened. Me taking care of the whole shop, trying to buy everything and then trying to run the shop. So we could only be open at the beginning 2 days a week. You've learned to adapt. You just learn to take what comes at you, and you just do what you have to do. I'm completely surprised. I did not have this in the plans. I did not know that looking for things and finding things for a shop is a talent. I had no idea that was something somebody could be good at. I feel like it really came from a very hard place. It came from the anxiety that I had when I was in this particular teaching job that I was in. I couldn't rest, I couldn't sit. I started making those blankets, and it was just like this soothing thing. I was hand stitching them, wasn't using a machine, and somehow there was some kind of peace that I got from that, and so it came from that. And that is one reason that we think that you just kind of have to accept some of the hardships that come into your life, because sometimes from those really hard times, some very beautiful things come out of them. And so if you're just kind of numbing everything, then you might not get to live this really great dream that came from this really hard time. I feel like some of the pandemic, some of that has helped us too. It was scary and awful. And yet here we are on this other side, and we've grown somehow. Just to be able to accept everything that comes, trying to learn how to do that better. It's hard to go with your gut instinct, because people haven't seen it before, and so you get a lot of pushback. Well, this is the way that it's done, and this is the way we should do it. And so if I feel something very strongly about how my particular business should be run, and I really try to go with that, because I feel like that's what's going to make us different, is me. Because we're all individuals, and we all have something unique to bring to the table. And if I decide to not go with who I am or how I was made, then I feel like I've done the business a disservice, I've done myself a disservice, and I just feel like everybody should just kind of go with how they were uniquely made. So there's this poem by Mary Oliver, and my husband has read a lot of her. I've read some of her. He's definitely read more, but there's this one quote that just really, he shared with me, that just really kind of brought everything that we were kind of doing right now. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? And we just somewhere decided that that's kind of how we wanted to live life. We wanted to live it. We wanted to feel it. And it comes with good and it comes with bad, but when you have those feelings, you know that you're alive, without sounding too cliche, but I just kind of wanted to feel